A lot of what you focus on is around this idea of resilience and building long-term capacity. Tell me a little bit about what it means to build a resilient body and why that matters to you personally.
Yeah, I think it's important for us to continue throughout our lifespan to expose ourselves to different movement patterns. If we become used to just sagittal plane movement or just, we're sitting a lot or whatnot, if we're not moving, then we are losing our capacity to move. Like, it sounds simple, but like finding different ways to move, three-dimensionally so that we don't lose our capacity over time. It's one of those you don't use it, you lose it concepts. And so, the resilience just has to do with your body's ability to move between one movement, one position to the next without having pain and without causing yourself injury. And it doesn't have to be these super arduous tasks, right? It doesn't have to be you go out and lift 300 pounds, 500 pounds, or you go and run a marathon. It doesn't have to be these really hard things. You can be something like we're on a Movemate right now. It's like we're in double leg stance. We're moving a little bit. We're challenging balance to a small degree, right? We're not single leg or anything like that, but you're challenging the body with these like micro perturbations to just challenge the status quo, right? I'm not seated, I'm not standing. Even in standing without a board like this, you still have to move around a little bit. I'm not just gonna stand here stationary for our whole conversation, right? We'll do something.
Yeah.
And our body needs that because being in one position for too long is not good for anything. Changing up what we do so that we don't get into a habit and can't get out of said habit or said position.
Creating opportunities to have variability and to challenge the body in different ways and to do it habitually as part of our day-to-day flow and our existence. What do you think is blocking us from achieving that? Because I feel like people understand the importance of moving. I think they understand the importance of what a healthy, a strong, mobile body could be as they age. So there's that awareness. It's not like people are oblivious to it. But what factors do you feel are coming in the way of that?
Given the choice, a lot of people, not everybody, will take the path of least resistance. And sitting is a lot easier than standing. It doesn't force you to think, to work. It allows you to kind of just relax and shut your body off for a bit, or hours potentially, right? And so I think people generally know that movement is good, but I think that can continue to be spread, and people can continue to learn the importance of that. And I think given that knowledge, more people would probably opt to take the path of more resistance. It doesn't have to be crazy, right? You're at your desk, get up every 30 minutes, hour, whatever, like go to the water cooler, like do something, like go for a 2 to 5 to 10 to 30 minute walk, right? Not everybody has that opportunity when they're at work at a desk, like whatever you do for most of your day. But the variability you mentioned earlier is just switching it up. It doesn't have to be the same thing all the time, but just opting for different positions, different movements to keep challenging the status quo. Whether that's, you're at your desk, you're in your car, you're sitting on the couch watching TV at night or whatnot. So it's finding ways to vary those positions over time so we don't become sedentary, we don't stay in one position for too long.
The sedentary culture, the sedentary lifestyles, our environments, but then we have to find ways to work with that situation. I mean, that's core to obviously why we created Movemate, is we recognize that people have to be at a desk, they have to work, and you can't always get away from your desk. And in fact, when people tell us that, hey, I could just walk, why do I need a Movemate? Our response is actually, like, you should walk. You should walk. Like, if you can get away from your desk every 30 minutes, like you said, 45 minutes, and take a small walk or get up and do some light movements and break apart that long period, you should do that. But we recognize that there's a reality here, is that when you get so dialed in and you lose track of time and you're meeting after meeting, and then you need to find ways to integrate more movement despite that circumstance.
Yeah, well, and people get busy, like you said, is like, not everybody can take that break every 30 minutes. Sometimes the work just needs to get done. And so like having something like this to still be at your desk and you're getting movement, whether it's this or whether it's like a a walking treadmill under your desk or whatnot. There's different things that people have developed over time to incorporate movement while we are stationary, right, at our desks. And I think the desk is just the perfect example of that. There's other things like that. You're cooking, you're doing dishes, you're brushing your teeth.
Watching TV.
Yeah, that too. You don't have to sit on a couch to watch TV. You can stand up, you can do whatever. You can sit on the floor. It doesn't have to be this. It doesn't have to be walking. It doesn't have to be single leg balance. It can be, anything that you want it to be, but
And
just vary it.
And it should be varied.
Yes.
Exactly. It should be varied. Like we did a study recently with over 200 of our customers, and we actually learned that a big majority, which we weren't quite expecting, have multiple tools. To us, that was like, okay, so Movemate is not competing with these. We're just adding an option. So I like that point around variability.
Yeah. Again, sitting is not the enemy. It's just that you need to vary that. And so like doing something to change that position, that environment for even a short period of time at a couple points during your day is key.